Welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, March 9th, 2018. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Inmates at Her Majesty's prisons are being encouraged to seize all opportunities being made available to them. Earlier today, the prison service launched an auto mechanic program. 20 inmates are expected to take part in the program and will be trained by seasoned mechanics. Speaking at the launching ceremony was senior prison officer and a member of the rehabilitation team, Edson Matthias, who told the gathering that rehabilitation is one of the core functions of the prison service, one which officers stand committed to. Matthias took the opportunity to thank Cash Money Auto for their sponsorship, adding that it eases the financial burden of the service.
Now, with this kind of support from people like these guys who step forward and present all this stuff for us, not every time we as a committee will have it that easy to have people give their time, their money, rather than have to be at the superintendent office every Monday morning begging for funds somewhere or the other to support these programs that are going on here. This makes a complete difference for us. So as a member of the committee, we were so happy when we hear about this stuff coming and then we see it actually today presented before us. It's like a miracle presented before us, because I know sometimes when the superintendent saw us knock the door and come inside, you probably wonder how much more money I want for either buying a piece of plumbing equipment or some other program. But this different. And as a member of the committee, we could see how much the staff actually appreciate this, that so many inmates come forward for this program.
Also thanking the sponsors for their support was Superintendent of Prisons, Brenton Charles, who encouraged the inmates to take the program seriously, adding that the prison service will do all it can to assist them.
So you have a responsibility to keep your place on the program. We are not going to look for issues to get you off the program, to get somebody on. Our mission is to get everybody as equipped as we possibly can. If you're spending enough time in the prison and you can learn this program, be competent in auto mechanics, if you can be competent in carpentry, if you can become competent in the culinary arts, if you can become competent in welding, we do all that to you sufficient that you have the time in prison to accomplish them. So I want to encourage you to take this very seriously.
Representative of the sponsor, Elton Bailey, said Cash Money Auto is proud to be a part of the rehabilitation process of the inmates and also give some words of encouragement to them.
Today, I'm pleased as I watch this program unfold before me. I want to encourage inmates who participate to grasp every opportunity and improve and enhance yourself. With this trade, you could be employed easily once you have mechanic knowledge any part of the world. It don't have to be St. Vincent, it could be St. Lucia, it could be the OES, the OCS, anyway. You could get employment. You could change some dispatch at the side of the road and make a quick dollar. You understand? Because there are so many vehicles on the road now that people have the need, requirements for skilled mechanics in the country. So definitely these guys could make a comfortable living, of course, when they are equipped and they are certified in this field. So I see great potential. Once we follow this program, we stay committed to it, things will happen definitely.
2 inmates took the opportunity to encourage their colleagues to grasp all opportunities being presented to them.
Let's take this serious because it's time, patience and love the people put into us to make them happy and make them smile So I would like you all to take it to all the heart and apply it and paint a different picture to the society and show them prison is a stepping stone and we can be better off out there without coming back prison. I know that. I know a number of prisoners leave prison and they make the prison officers smile. And I am one going to come back to Chief Yahweh and the superintendent and shake them hand for everything that have been done for me.
Young men, it's all about as a mindset. These wonderful people here, you know, they're not going to waste the time to come here, you know, to teach us something, and we will be disappointed. I too, because I had a long time here, you know, I too will be disappointed if some of you waste all the time. Because me, going to workshop day, as me say, me not be know nothing. I don't know if you see me, but me bad. I supposed to come back too. So take in the chain. So Mr. Superintendent and others, thank you all very much. And I will take the chain, gentlemen.
Discussions are currently underway for the establishment of another call center here in SVG. Speaking on the radio earlier this week, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said a group has held talks with local government officials on the initiative, which he said would provide employment opportunity for hundreds of young Vincentians.
Their seriousness, the meeting, the people, well, we showed them a particular property which they could look at for it. They seem to be satisfied with it. They're having meetings with the Ministry of Education, the Labor Department, the VAT Office, the police in relation to security. They're going to meet some students at the community college because they have to make assessments in relation to whom they would be recruiting, and so on and so forth. All the bases, and naturally these call centers will start off small and then expand.
PM Gonsalves gave the assurance that the interest expressed by the investors is genuine, noting that they have already set up similar centers in neighboring Caribbean countries.
They operate right at the moment call centers in Grenada and in Dominica, and they've been there for quite a while. And I have spoken to one of the prime ministers who has given me the idea that they've been doing very well, and all told. So, you know, you have to make your assessment.
Right, so the background checks out.
Yes, yes. Good. And so that's one important initiative.
The Prime Minister also pointed out that the Minister with responsibility for hotel development, Camilo Gonsalves, has held talks with investors recently from the Hilton brand.
And he has been in touch with 3 name brands. And one of them yesterday, Hilton, they came and we had a preliminary discussion. Of course, that discussion would never have taken place without an international airport.
Good.
They did 2 flyovers, and they have indicated where has real possibilities. And what we are doing, there's been this preliminary discussion, and we will ask them to do what is called an RFP, a request for proposal.
Good.
You know, we will, so that we could assess, because it's important for us to locate ourselves in the hotel business at different levels.
Vincentians are being encouraged to make full use of the opportunities being presented through the Japanese Exchange Teaching JET program. The encouragement comes as representatives from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Education spoke with SVG-TV News earlier this week on the benefits of the program. The program allows for Vincentians the opportunity to work in Japan, assisting in the teaching of English. Persons desirous of joining the program are expected to apply by March 15, 2018 to the ministry's website at foreign.gov.vc. Colleen Jackson, Foreign Services Officer at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, highlighted the requirements applicants must meet.
Ideal candidate must have a bachelor's degree, a valid driver's license, you must be in good health. Teaching experience is a valuable asset because you're going to teach the language there in Japan. The participant must be single or unaccompanied. When I say single, it doesn't mean that you have to be unmarried. It means that you will be traveling to Japan by yourself. Application forms must be filled out. There is a self-report medical form, 2 letters of references, your transcript, certification of your graduation. There must be documents with showing your nationality, your passport, bio page, or your national birth paper, also a criminal record. These are some of the things that you need. Also, importantly, you must write an essay stating why you are interested in the JET program.
Highlighting his experience in Japan on the JET program was Education Officer responsible for foreign languages, Darrell Williams, who stated that the program is a life-changing experience.
And because we also are a fishing country, we have fisheries units in Owie and different parts. St. Vincent was signed on to the JET program. And being a limited spacing for our country, and now another opportunity is opening up for Minami Boso in Chiba, I was rather elated, and I truly do wish I could reapply right now. So whoever takes up this challenge, it is a life-changing experience. You learn a new language, you learn a new culture, you learn professionalism, you learn everything you don't learn in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Williams said successful applicants can expect a comfortable salary.
Basically, you are paid, okay? You are paid, firstly, a yearly salary of about 300,000 yen, which would be equivalent to 30,000 US, which is taxable, okay? So you pay your taxes as usual, and at the end of your program, whenever you decide to leave, you know, you refund your taxes. And salary increases every year. Okay, but you know, with an increase of salary means the more tax are deducted. But the thing is, your salary can sustain you, except you live an exorbitant life. If you have student loans to pay, if you have loans to pay, you can put aside your money and still live comfortably in Japan or whichever city you go in.
This month is observed locally as Tax Month, and to this end, the Inland Revenue Department is continuing its efforts to facilitate voluntary compliance through education. Speaking on Boom FM earlier this week, Comptroller of the Inland Revenue Department, Kelvin Pompey, said March is considered as the department's highest yielding month, adding that it is with this in mind why efforts are being made to ensure that persons pay up their taxes.
To take the opportunity to encourage persons that it's tax month, it's March, we have estimated taxes due, We have motor vehicle license for those motor vehicles with last digit 3, driver's license for persons in March, and also different liquor and so license. So it's normally a very busy,
very productive month for you.
Yeah, it's
collect lots of money.
Yeah, it's normally our highest yielding month, and there's a direct positive correlation between our levels of public awareness and education and taxpayer compliance. That is, the more people know and understand what we are doing, the more they comply voluntarily. And of course, that is what we try to facilitate, voluntary compliance, because forced compliance is much more expensive. Consider it our duty to ensure that persons get the information, get the knowledge, about their property taxes, about their corporation PAYE, so that they would comply voluntarily. And
outlining that personal income tax returns are due by March 31st. Pompey highlighted the department's plan to get rid of manual tax filing, which should stop completely by the end of this year.
Employees and unincorporated businesses, self-employed persons, and also companies with a December year end, they're all due to file a return 3 months after the year end,
March 31,
which is March 31st.
Okay.
Our outreach, because we recognize this, and especially the use of technology, must be integral and central to service delivery in 2018. And last year we were up to 64% of returns filed were filed using our e-filing platform. We hope that this year that we would
is that e-platform available to businesses, or is it only for individuals?
No, it's also available for businesses. The volume in terms of the number of pages and so in a corporation tax return, it's really not one that the business seem to be too keen on. And we are looking.
So you all need to fix that.
Yeah, we are looking at the design to see how we can the number of attachments and things like that are required. How we can simplify the corporation tax form so as to facilitate such. But the VAT and personal income tax return forms PAYE monthly basis are done using primarily our e-filing platform.
Currently in place is a 3-month tax amnesty to get tax defaulters in the country to pay up their taxes. Giving the nation's youth the opportunity to experience and participate in various aspects of the Garifuna heritage and culture. The Garifuna Heritage Foundation, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Department of Culture, held its annual National Schools Garifuna Folk Festival earlier today. The event, which began with a parade from outside the Bishop College Kingstown to the Victoria Park, saw a number of cultural performances from students of both the primary and secondary level. Nikita Tony tells us more in this report.
Primary and secondary school students here were earlier today, Friday, March 9th, exposed to various aspects of the Garifuna culture and heritage as they participated in the 4th annual National Schools Garifuna Cultural Fest at the Victoria Park. Held under the theme Children of Châteauguay, Fruits of Our Heritage, coordinator of the day's event, Cledonna Peters, outlined that the Cultural Fest serves as an avenue for the nation's youth to proudly express and showcase their Garifuna heritage and culture.
I'd like for you to pay close attention to each other's performance. We are encouraging you to enjoy and show your appreciation by applauding all the performing groups. Let's all be a part of our Garifuna culture. I ask you to join me in saying the theme for today's festival: Children of Châteauguay, Fruits of our Heritage. Let's say it together. Children of Châteauguay, Fruits of our Heritage.
Delivering remarks on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Senior Education Officer Aldia Gums-Dyer commended the efforts of all stakeholders and participants in making the event a success.
Significance is that the nature of the activity allows them not only to gather the information, thereby extending their knowledge in a fun way, but also to enhance their capabilities in conducting research with fun as well. Without doubt, this goes a long way in deepening their understanding of a number of key issues embedded in our history, We hope that teachers are able to highlight to our students the importance of being good nationals and the value of nationhood.
Given a brief background of the Garifuna colors, black, yellow, and white, President of the Garifuna Heritage Foundation, TGHF, David Daki Williams, took the opportunity to encourage the youth to become familiar with their Garifuna roots.
The black represents the African component of Garifuna. The yellow represents the Amerindian component of Garifuna. And the white represents peace, or some people say the purity of the new race that emerges out of the yellow and the black. There is a little bit of Garifuna blood in every single one of us here in St. Vincent and Grenadines. And that heritage is a very proud heritage.
Today's event commenced with a march from the Bishop's College Kingstown to the Victoria Park, as the students paraded the streets decked in the Garifuna colors, black, yellow, and white, and later culminated with a number of performances from various schools across SVG. Here's a look at the day's proceedings. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
Signaling the commencement of a series of activities being held in commemoration of National Heritage Month, a cultural marketplace was erected in the vicinity of Heritage Square from Thursday, March 8th until today, Friday, March 9th. Hosted by the Garifuna Heritage Foundation, the two-day event was held in collaboration with the Handicraft Center and the Adult and Continuing Education Department, as various local producers, artisans, and small enterprises showcase various crafts and other manufactured products. Our news team visited the site of the cultural marketplace earlier today and caught up with a number of participants and patrons who shared their views on the annual exhibition.
Made from the local sheepskin, goat skin, and this is my handiworks. Wallets, sandals, you name it all. Not the first time I've been participating, and it's a good venture, so I'm advising a lot of young people out there who have a skill or craft creativity. Don't be afraid to come out and show yourself and show what you're capable of. A small country, but yet known, we will be established throughout the Caribbean and the international market.
Harder I get, mostly time is like when because I come here and display my product, so then I get it good. So I like to come. Every time they invite me, I always ready to come because it make it go up, make it the business grow more.
Maths and hats and fun. This is not the first time I'm at an exhibition like this, but you know, when you come to exhibition, you get orders. People see you, you go and they come and they order things from you. So I feel it is a good idea to be on the street, so people will know exactly what you are doing and where you are from.
Plantain, ripe and green plantain chips, cassava chips, breadfruit chips, and sweet potato chips. I also have on display 13 different local fruit wines, which it could be on the supermarket shelves, but there's a problem with putting it on the supermarket shelves because the supermarket owners complain that Vincentians don't buy a lot of their own products.
Jewelry, necklaces made from natural materials. We have clutch purses, basket for children, mugs from glass. We also have mugs from bamboo. Well, so far it's going good. People are interested in the product. Some buying, some ordering. Saying that they can't tell the last that they saw these things that they don't know that they are still in existence.
As Vincentians observe Heroes Month, a call is being made to remember the women who have developed this nation. Public Relations Officer of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Human Rights Association, Jeannie Oliver, said the efforts made to accelerate gender equality by women such as Bertha Mott, Ivy Joshua, and Yvonne Francis Gibson must be highlighted.
People like Ivy Joshua, who was a great mobilizer. Poor people gravitated towards her. Even Francis Gibson, who when she was arrested, she was carried like a piece of trash and thrown in a cell. And while in cell, water was thrown on her. I mean, these are people who fought for us, a woman in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I want to go back to Bertha Mott, who we in St. Vincent and the Grenadines have not yet recognized. Even though she was fighting because matches went up by 1 cent a halfpenny, 1 cent matches went up, and Bertha was able to mobilize, to organize, and to demonstrate against that 1 cent.
Oliver appealed to Vincentian women to rededicate their efforts in the fight against violence and sexual abuse.
In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, come my sisters, we need to take the reign in our hands, the reign of power in our hands. We need to press for progress in this country. I am encouraging all out there today, all my sisters out there today. While I wish you a pleasant and a prosperous International Women's Day, I want you to encourage you to go to YouTube and pull up the video Iron Jawed Angels, J-A-W-E-D. You job on hard like Rockstone, which gives us some historical background for International Women's Day, and also to teach us what commitment and dedication means. Even though one of them died, even though they were imprisoned, they did not give up. And today, as Vincentian women, we cannot afford to give up.